king, I am not a god, I am Humpty!
What's good, YouTube, and welcome Thanos! Today's video is about reviving the Tenet Envoy to take down level 9999 steel path enemies in Warframe, or known as level cap. But first, let me show you how powerful and broken this weapon is. Let's go.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Whoa, that's really powerful, Hank. As always, hit the like button to support the video in the algorithm, sub and turn the bell on for future videos. Now, as always, before I build my weapons or my warframes, I rely on my method that's called DVS. D stands for how I'll be dealing damage, what elements I'll be using, what's the faction I'll be fighting, what's the weapon unique trait, and if it's in Caron, what's the evolutions I'll be using now. V stands for how I proc 10 stacks of viral to make enemies vulnerable by 325% more damage to their HP. S stands for stripping enemies armor. We don't care about armor, we care about the damage reduction that comes with armor. By lowering that, we deal higher damage. And of course, my builds doesn't use any rivens, as I can't expect you to go buy or have the same riven like me. And I take weapons and builds to level cap to make sure the build scale. Alright, so when you take it with your friends, you don't embarrass yourself that the build doesn't scale and you kill nothing. And I use Revenant because he's a tank, so I don't boost the weapon in any way. No Eclipse, no Zeta Whisper, no Wrathful Advance. If it's a melee weapon, no Vex Fury, no Sarin, nothing. Alright, so you can take the build with any Warframe you want and you'll be good to go. If it's with the Riven or a Warframe that boosts, you will perform even better. Hope that explains it. Let's go. And now, if you don't like my methods on how I proc Vira and armor strip enemies, it's okay. You can shake this sheet right here. It can help you maneuver around my methods to find your own style. As in Warframe, we all know you can do the same thing in many different ways, but the results are pretty much the same, and I'll prove it to you with Excalibur in a second. Now, I'll be running 2 Emerald Archon shards to push the stacks of corrosive from 10 for 80% armor strip to 14 for 100% armor strip. As the way corrosive works, the first stack will be 26% reducing enemies armor, and then every stack after will be 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and so on. The other Archon shards will be just for melee, which is irrelevant for today's video, so run any Archon shards you want. The Helmith ability, I'll be running Tempest Barrage, is Hydroid subsumable ability to rain corrosive on the enemies, and with the 2 Emerald Archon shards will armor strip the enemies, and with the Viral Tempest will proc Viral. So one ability, stripping and procking Viral. Of course, as I said, on the sheet you can find different ways to do that. Worthy Camaraderie, 75% weak point critical chance, Arcane Acceleration for fire rate, Arcane Rage for damage, and Vigorous Swap to swap between weapons. I didn't use it in the speedrun because I know a lot of Thanos might not find a spot for Vigorous Swap, so I gave it out of the way during the damage showcase. Now, Arcane Acceleration is what you want to replace if you want to run Arcane Aegis, Arcane Energize, Arcane Molt Augmented, whatever. The Arcane Acceleration is what you want to replace, and you can apply this to any Warframe you want. And now for the Tenet Envoy build, the unique trait. Aim to guide mid-air rockets, reloads 10% of magazine per second while hustled. Aim to guide mid-air rockets. When you aim, it becomes a mid-air rocket. When you don't aim, it's hitting normal. So that's you need to know. Serration for damage, 165%. Primed Bane of Hurricane is multiplicative damage against the faction. And I hope DE listened to my idea where you can give all your Bane modes to one NPC, and he give you universal one for all the factions. Alright, to balance it out, you give him the mods, he give you one mod with all the factions, so we don't keep switching between like mods every time we fight a different faction. Otherwise, if you're fighting Hurricane, which is green, which is the corrupted, you use the Bane of Hurricane. Grenier, Corpus, Infested, and for some Thanos it gets really like boring and they don't want to do it. Vital Sense for critical damage, Primed Crew rounds for cold, Wildfire for magazine capacity and heat, primary equity for 350% weak point damage and 350% weak point critical chance. Multi-shot cannot be modified. Now, the weak point critical chance is multiplicative to critical chance sources, and that comes the critical delay for 200% critical chance and minus 20% fire rate. We don't really care about that. Rifle elemental is for statue damage, which is multiplicative to certain element. Slash, heat, electricity, toxin, blast, and gas. We're already going with the toxin and a blast. Easy as that. And this build, if you get enemies all together in one spot, for example, using Nautilus Cordon or Pool or Larva or whatever you're going to be using, right? And you hit the blast, and the blast get blasty, because blast deals 30% of damage, base damage, after 1.5 seconds as an explosion. At 10 stacks or on death. Will be on death more likely, not stacks. Stacks deal their damage simultaneously to enemies within 5 meters while staggering them. So it's CC and one-shotting them, and then you go Toxin to hit any enemy's HP. It doesn't matter. Corpus, Grenier, whatever. Every enemy in the game have HP, and it's a tick. But you'll be hitting them so hard that they will not know what even hit them. And the good thing about Wildfire, it increases your magazine capacity, and really, really good stuff. Primed Sniper Ammo Mutation converts secondary ammo pickups to 92% of ammo pickups. Primary Deadhead for 360% damage, and Headshot Multiplier, and removes the weapon recoil. Now, sometimes see I use Galvanized Chamber, alright, with primary equity. Even the multi-shot cannot be modified. It's not for the weapon, the primary. Now, the only way to activate Galvanized Chamber in your sentient weapon, for example, alright, is if you have it on your primary main weapon. That's how you get it active, alright, because the Sentinel itself can't trigger Galvanized Chamber. You need to have it on your primary weapon. I hope that helps a lot of tenants to understand it. But for this video, we're going with Serration. As I said before, the Galvanized Chamber with equity, I don't apply it in every weapon, right? Very specific weapons with testings and stuff like that. Now, for the Thanos that doesn't know how to get Primed Bane of Orokin, it's okay. You can use like the normal version. There is no Bane of Infested, etc, etc, until you get the Primed one. Primed Cryo rounds, don't let it frighten you. You can use any cold, like Rhyme rounds, cold and statue chance, or you can use the Cryo rounds right here until you get the Primed one. And then the Primed Sniper Ammo Mutation, it's really easy. You can use the Vigilante Supplies, or you can use the normal one, alright? The ammo drum, for example, would be very nice if you want to, or you can use the normal one, Sniper Ammo Mutation, right there, okay? Primary Deadhead is really easy to get, not so hard. Now, when it comes to Rivens, how you place a Riven? If your Riven has CC, CD, damage, negative zoom, Serration is what you want to replace. If your Riven has CC, CD, multi-shot, negative zoom, primary equity is not the way to go for this build. So you replace primary equity in here. If your Riven has fire, heat, I mean, you replace wildfire. If it has cold, you replace Primed Cryo rounds. If it has multiplicative damage against the faction, you replace Primed Bane of Orokin. Let me know in the comments below what's your Riven, so I try my best to help you place it in the build. Now remember, placing a Riven is not just an idea or what I think. It's based on testings and testing and more testing. And now the speedrun was using Madurai, and I was using the AMP 177, Replic Prism, Proper Scaffold, Certus Brace, the Arcanes, Eternal Onslaught, and Eternal Eradicate. When it comes to Nautilus Prime build, I'm using Cordon to pull enemies, Duplex for the clone, Assault to attack, Vacuum to pull the loot, Manifold for more Cordon, Shield, Armor, Health, then 60% from Fire Rate from Reinforced Bond. Doesn't really matter so much in this weapon, but it's good to have. Tenacious Bond for 120% critical damage if your Sentinel weapon has 50% plus critical chance. For that, Verglas will need a Riven, and it's the best weapon, and it's the best Sentinel weapon in the game. Now, this is the build for Verglas, and the Riven, all it needs is critical chance. It doesn't have to be the same way, alright? Now, if you don't have that, it's okay. You can run Primed Laser Rifle, you can run Burst Laser Prime, or you can run the Vulcloak. This would be very good for you, alright? Unless you want to run something else for a priming. Let's go. And now to understand the power of DVS, so we need to remove the attacking from Nautilus, so he doesn't prime enemies with Viral, because he's built for Viral and Heat. Alright, let's go. I just pull them in there, and let's go. Now this is without aiming. There you go. Let me activate this one. Boom. Okay, as you can see, 32, 107. Okay, so that's the damage we're dealing. Now, if we aim, boom, 157, 194. Okay, 156, 194. Okay, so this is that. Now, if we hit them with Tempest Barrage, full DPS, check this out. Check this out, boys. 3,300,000. Alright? So don't tell me there is no reason for you to armor strip and proc viral, alright? Very important. Let's do it one more time. There we go. Boom, 8 million. And as you can see, when it blasts them all. Because the blast hits all enemy simultaneously. And it kills everything within 5 meters of the base damage that you dealt right there. Look at that, boom. 2 million. 13 million. And everything is pretty much dead. Now, what if this is not really... Because this is like from Revenant, right? So what if we remove Madurai and we use Unairo? So our companion Nautilus will prime enemies with viral and Unairo will armor strip. And we're gonna be using Excalibur for this time. And the Excalibur will have 2 Emerald Darkon shards, Worthy Camaraderie, Rage, Acceleration, and that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna use even Nourish because there is no reason for that, as this weapon will one-shot them without any of that. Alright, so armor stripping this guy, 4 million. Look at that. 1 million. Now, these guys are not even fully 10 stacks of viral, so just you know. There you go, 7 million. And they are dead. One more time. And this is Excalibur, right? Like, it's even unmodded and stuff like that. Here, I'm gonna strip this guy. There you go, 8 million. All of them dead. You see what I mean? And that will help you with the ammo. Now, we all know Tenet Envoy sucks when it comes to ammo. So I built it around the blast. So it's a chain reaction. And because primary equity makes it very, very, very powerful, almost broken, alright, when it comes to the damage on the headshot. So the whole idea of this build is it's a blast, a high damage into the headshot, and that headshot damage with blast will kill all enemies in that area without wasting your bullets. So your gameplay pretty much will be running to the enemies, like so, right? Armor stripping them, and then hitting one target, and all of them is dead. One bullet takes everything down. Let's do it one more time here. Let's strip these guys. Boom. Okay, so here we go. Hitting one target. One second. Let's choose this guy, for example. Boom. All of them dead. One bullet. And that's how you manage your economy. Because for the Tenet Envoy with this low ammo, I know you would like to go like this. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. Like shooting. But that's not the way, okay? He sucks when it comes to armor, and this is very wrong to play it, alright? One bullet, blast, he's down. And I would rate the Tenet Envoy 8 out of 10 if you play it with blast and headshot with primary equity like I showed you. I will give it 5 out of 10 for the ammo. It's really bad when it comes to ammo, but if you play it the right way like I show you, you'll be fine. And I hope they do something about these weapons ammo, because come on, it's been a long time and now there is a lot of Incarnon weapons overwhelming all the other weapons. And I feel so good to revive the Tenet Envoy, and I share this with you guys. I want to say special thanks to everyone support the channel in any way by liking, subbing, commenting, follow me on Twitch, and joining my Discord. Follow me on TikTok or X or Instagram. Big love to you. Much appreciated all your support. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the Tenet Envoy build. Special thanks to Hall of members for all their amazing support. The special VIPs as well. The undisputed donators and all the other donators. Much appreciated, guys. Thank you so much. And all my community. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you next time.